The Giant has a 12-foot reach and a 19-foot height, and requires two significant changes over the standard model of the Triangle. First, you add two more sections of jib tube in between the pedestal section and the front section. And second, you use the strut and cable assembly to keep the jib arm straight. The strut attaches to the top of the jib arm like this and is secured with this bolt. Eye bolts are used to secure the strut cable at both the front and the rear of the jib. The cable is seated in the pulley and the eye bolts are tightened by hand. The camera must be mounted and the jib balanced before the strut arm is extended, bringing the jib arm straight with no visible bowing either up or down. And, as with any longer jib, you'll need a longer pulley cable, an extension to the control box cable, and more counterbalance weight. Here's a tip. When assembling jibs with many sections, you may want to consider carrying a lightweight cordless drill with you to speed up the assembly process. To be safe, use one with a clutch and don't over-tighten the plugs. In addition to the three-wheeled dolly, Stanton also offers this four-wheeled dolly as an option, which they recommend as standard equipment for their Super Plus and Extreme models. The Super Plus has a 24-foot reach and a 30-foot height. It has 4 more sections than the Giant, for a total of 6 between the pedestal and the front section. It also has a second section added to the rear of the jib. It uses a double cable on the vertical strut and a cross strut that is attached to the vertical strut so that 2 additional side strut cables can be attached. In addition, this control bar is added to provide a secondary mounting position for the rear controls. When assembling longer jibs, you must rest the front section on something. Otherwise, you may not be able to get the double cable over the strut. When installing the side cables, do not pull them out as an injury could occur. Instead, push them away from you and place them in the cable guide. If you cannot get the cable to reach the cable guide, remove the adjuster, reinstall the cable guide, and then install the cable. The Extreme has a 30-foot reach and a 32-foot height. It has 2 more sections than the Super Plus, for a total of 8 between the pedestal and the front section. It adds a 3rd section on the rear. It uses an even taller vertical strut and a second cross strut up front. It also uses a swinging monitor platform to bring the monitor and control box closer to the rear controls.